we know Kizaru is headed to Egghead Island. Are we going to get a Kizaru versus Luffy? Right? What does Kizaru do
Yes.
about Sentomaru? Since Sentomaru's kind of he's officially a traitor now. He went against CP0, so he is a bit of a traitor, you could say. Unless CP0 don't say nothing and Sentomaru don't say nothing, or like and Sentomaru just act like everything is cool and he's still part of the Marines. But Kizaru's going to Egghead Island. Y'all now me. This to me right here, this was probably where I was the most hyped about this chapter. I know y'all see my if y'all seen the reaction, y'all know how hype I was because Kizaru is one of my favorite characters. So I'm excited. I'm excited. But part of me kind of fears that Kizaru might show up in Egghead Island late. You know what I'm saying? Like he might show up late because I don't know how far uh Marineford or the new Marineford is from Egghead Island, and seeing how events are in Egghead Island now, it seems like the Straw Hats
Did you
might be
see? Did
planning
you see
on
the switch
leaving.
up?
Hold on, Q. It seems like the Straw Hats may be leaving Egghead soon with Vegapunk just to get him out of there. So what do you guys think? Are we gonna get a Kizaru versus Luffy? You know what I'm saying? Does Kizaru show up finishing tomorrow off if the Straw Hats are gone? What I need some speculation in my life. What y'all got? Go ahead, Q.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know if you guys saw the changes in that part in the Viz translation. Is that
The
he
what?
says he was already on his way for a prior mission. He was already on his way to Egghead, so he was already on his path to Egghead. Kizaru. So before the call, he was already on his way to Egghead for a prior mission, which
Yeah,
changed it from
yeah.
the unofficial one.
I
So
noticed
first of
that.
all, and yeah, and also I've been saying this: the fact that Asabaudi, okay, Luffy survived, why not? But now, as I've been saying, Marineford, he saw the key not at Luffy, even though he kickstarted Luffy. So I don't know what will happen. Like, I don't think he'll necessarily fight with Luffy. So I do feel like there's gonna be some sort of twist with Kizaru.
Okay.
So
Uh,
yeah,
oh,
you can go away. I'm done.
okay.
Angel.
I was gonna say, for me with Kizaru fighting Luffy, I don't know, cause aren't like, wouldn't Kizaru technically be in the same situation as CP0 where they can't attack a Yonko without the Gorsei's permission? Because aren't admirals supposed to be under them too?
The question is, do they need the Gorosei's permission?
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm
I
wondering.
can see CP0 needing the Gorosei's permission because the CP0 works directly under like and you're right, Marines do as well, but Marines also I feel as though Akainu has a little more leeway on being able to make decisions where CP0 doesn't. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah, that's the thing. Like to me, it's like that's what I'm thinking. Like, can Kizaru attack them or not?
I would think so. You know, I would think so. Cause again, like I could get why CP0 can't do it, but if Akainu sends an order to attack Yonko, I don't think. I mean, could like Gorosei like override that command that Akainu says or gives? Yeah, but I don't know if he necessarily needs their permission to give an order to attack a Yonko such as Luffy, especially if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I think it kind of has a little more leeway though, so I think he could get away with, you know, challenging the Yonko if necessary. I guess. What about you, Joy Boy?
I mean, yeah, along with what Cube was saying, I definitely think Kizaru is going to be there, like in time, probably within the next 2, 3 chapters, maybe. If he
Okay.
isn't there next chapter. For who he's going to fight, I'm not really too sure if he's gonna fight at all. Like, because he does have another mission that he's supposed to be doing too. So I think it all depends on like what his other mission is.
Yeah,
But
true.
and then the other thing is that he might actually attack. Yeah, you're actually right. He might attack Luffy because I remember because I don't know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in Marineford, at some point he mentions the fact that he failed his mission at Sabaody and uses that as a reason to attack Luffy.
Yeah, I agree with Angel on that. I agree with.
So I think if Kizaru plans to stay loyal, I think he might do the same thing in this arc where he uses his failure at Sabaody as a reason to attack him.
Yeah. He says, question is, how does Kizaru react to Sentomaru being hurt? I don't think he reacts, like, I don't think he gets angry, if anything. I'm gonna let you guys answer this as well. I'm gonna give my opinion on Sentomaru being hurt. Before, I would have thought maybe Kizaru would be upset, maybe, but if they were related, but I know Sentomaru calls Kizaru his uncle, but I don't necessarily think they're related. I think Sentomaru calls like a lot like people older than him, like uncle or grandpa, because he called Vegapunk grandpa. Vegapunk took him in and everything, so it's more of a respect thing, I think. So I think well, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I think that I think Kizaru could potentially try to hurt Sentomaru. Like maybe he sees Sentomaru as a traitor. You know, CP0 like, yeah, he betrayed us or whatever, and then Kizaru like wants to finish him. So I don't know though. But what do you guys think, Joy Boy?
Well, like first of all, like in the official, he doesn't call Vegapunk grandpa, so there's still the possibility that Kizaru and him are still related.
I had to go read the official again because I didn't catch that. But
I mean, he could have a negative reaction to seeing Sentomaru in the state that he's in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I see what you're talking about. All right, so you think Kizaru could kind of get upset? Like you think Kizaru could potentially get upset? Yeah, I don't think he would, man. I think Kizaru's low. To me, Kizaru's too cold-blooded, bro. Like he's too cold-blooded to care. Like that's why I don't think Kizaru cares. I think he's like a sociopath, man. Man, he cold-blooded, bro. He don't care about stuff like that.
I mean, in my opinion, I think it could go either way since his justice is unclear. So I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm not gonna say he's 100% on the side, cause to me, like he's not a character like Lucci, where like he wouldn't mind killing his own subordinates to succeed. So I don't know.
Okay. Joy,
So
or you go ahead. You got more?
I was just gonna say. So I was just gonna restate that. I don't think it's like he's 100% gonna be like, oh, he was a traitor. It's fine. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I feel it could go either way.
All right. Cube. What up, Cube?
Well, for me, honestly, I really don't know because, like Angel said, he has the unclear justice. And the other thing we know about him is that he literally joined the Marines around the same time as Vegapunk was recruited in the sense like he was arrested and taken in the Marines around the same time. So I actually don't know his true allegiance. And we have, like you said, he does look like a bit sociopath, but we also seen only snippets of Kizaru. So can it be like a Kanjuro type of situation where he's literally like using a mind fuck with us, making you think that he is some way, but he's a different type of character?
Yeah.
I'm unclear actually. That's actually it's really that.
I mean, that man seems pretty sadistic. So it's like
yeah.
like see how he treated Arlong and everything. I just think just based on what we have seen from Kizaru, I don't think he's going to tolerate what Sitamaru did personally. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's me.
that's another thing. Is like we've never seen him react to people defying his orders.
Yeah,
Like the only Marine we've ever seen with a reaction is Akainu, which is why I feel like it's very unclear on how he would react. Like the way he treats like Arlong, Luffy, and all those other pirates is because they're pirates. We don't know how he would treat someone on his side.
yeah. Viper says Akainu did say for CP0 to wait for the Navy to come to Egghead. So that means that when the Navy arrives, they do have the permission to attack. Yeah, that's kind of I agree with that. That's why I think Kizaru could attack because why else would Akainu tell them to wait? Unless Kizaru's there to play peacekeeper. And I don't I don't know if that's Kizaru's forte, right? I don't know if he's good at being diplomatic. He seemed like his forte is just straight up violence.
He seemed pretty diplomatic when Ben Beckman had that gat to his face.
Say what, Joy Boy?
I'd say he seemed pretty diplomatic when Ben Beckman had that gat to his face.
And then he kept, and then he continued attacking Luffy right at like a couple seconds afterwards. He continued on with his violence.
All I'm gonna say is this: I don't know. I mean, I guess we all take these words differently. To me, it just seems like he's trying to help CP0 continue their mission with killing Vegapunk because if he joins, Straw Hat, if he leaves with Luffy, that would be a major blow to them.
You think that's what his mission is? Because they say he's
like,
finishing up a mission.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I feel like no, I don't think that's Kizaru's mission. I feel like that's what Akainu is trying to make sure happens. Is that CP0 completes their mission, or someone is able to complete the mission for them.
I don't know, because Akainu said something that really stuck out to me. That chapter, right? He said something about like if Vegapunk if Vegapunk leaves with the Straw Hats, that would be a big loss as far as like I'm trying to see where he said it. He said it would be a big loss for the world government. He says if Vegapunk's recruited Straw Hat if Vegapunk's recruited Straw Hat to his side, then we're losing out on a major source of combat power. And that's just a weird thing to say to somebody. That's to me that's a weird thing to say about somebody who your people is planning on killing it, and you know that because you specifically said CP0 has a mission at Egghead Island, implying that you knew that what their mission was as far as taking out Vegapunk. But yet he's talking about the world government losing a source of combat power. It's like killing him, y'all lose a source in combat power. So it doesn't make sense to even point that out if he were to go with the Straw Hats. Like I could see if he said that like going with the Straw Hats makes the Straw Hats stronger. You know what I'm saying? But to say that the world government is missing out on combat power about a guy that you know that they're trying to kill and y'all gonna lose that anyway, it just didn't make sense to me.
Then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that honestly, because that is a pretty weird.
My question is this: because we know that Rob Lucci and all when they write that the Egghead, they acted like they were just dropping us the S bear, right? What if if Akainu doesn't know that they were actually going there to kill him? Because Akainu doesn't see eye to eye to with the Gorosei. So what if they didn't tell him that? So I'm wondering, like, because you're right, Bob. It's weird what he said, because they're going there to kill him. What if he didn't know that?
Because like it seems like it seems like Stussy only told him about, like maybe she just says, "Oh, we're on a mission," and it seems like she only told him about the whole Lucci and Luffy situation. Because if he heard about I feel like he would have had a bigger reaction to finding out Vegapunk. They're trying to kill Vegapunk.
I mean, like he says, like Akaino says, does this mean that Vegapunk learned about what CP0 was planning? Like, what else
Oh, that
could
is.
they? What else could they have
Yeah,
they been planning that Akaino knows about? Like, what else could
I
they?
right, right.
A
I
surprise
overlooked that
birthday
part.
party? Like, did he think they was planning a surprise birthday party? And it was like, like what else could Akaino be expecting them to plan? Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get.
you're right. I overlooked that part. So then you're right.
Another
It's
thing
weird. Yeah.
weird. Who is he? I'm also curious. Who is he calling brats? Is he calling CP0 brats or the Gorsei?
I think he's calling CP0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well,
The Gorsei.
hold on. You could be right, but the only reason why I would assume he's talking about CP0 is because when you say brat, you're usually talking about somebody below you or younger
Younger
than you.
than
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't call someone who's way more experienced and way older than you brat. You know what I'm saying? Brat is usually a term for a child. You know what I mean? So it just in the context that he said it, it does sound like he could have been talking about Gorosei though. So I see what you're saying, Angel, but I I just think you don't call Gorosei brats, right? Like,
but it's so
unless
weird.
he's just
Why would
really
he
trying to
expect?
disrespect them like that.
Yeah, but it's weird. Why would he expect CP0 to come talk to him when he didn't even? Never mind.
That no, you're right. You are right. Why would CP0 talk to him when that's the Gorosei's job, right? You're right. You are right. I agree with that. But just the term brats, I just don't, you know, think you're
Yeah,
supposed to use on people under you. But again, maybe he's just being disrespectful towards the Gorosei. So you got a point. But yeah, so Joy Boy, you got anything else to add about
Yeah,
Kizaru?
no, I think like the kind of dialogue was kind of weird. So
Yeah, I agree. Cube.
Yeah. For me, wait. Am I muted or not? No, I'm not muted. Perfect. I said yeah. For me now, yeah, it's actually quite weird. I do agree.
Angel, you got anything to add? Anything else
no,
to
no.
add to Kizaru?
Uh, I personally hope he. Nah, actually, it would be nice to see him do a 180 and attack Lucci. It would be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see him do what we don't expect.
I will say this though, just to wrap that up, man. Like I just I want to see Kizaru, right? I want to see Kizaru in some action, some real action. I just don't know if I want. I just don't want to see him get beat by Luffy, Gear Fifth Luffy this early. That's all. You know what I mean? Like I would rather him not even fight Luffy personally, but that's more just because I don't want to see my man's get stretched out and play like a double dutch. I don't want to see my man turn to a jump rope. That's
So, I remember reading those, bro. I was so heated, man.
yeah.
But then come to realize it's just Gear Ford's fighting style. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
I also want to add this, right? I also want to add this before we move on. We know that Vegapunk has a lot of light manipulation technology, like interactive light technology. So if Kizaru does show up as an enemy, which I do expect from him, I don't think he's going to betray the world government. I'm just curious to see how Vegapunk's tech could be used against him. Like, like if you was to give one of the Straw Hats the tech to fight Kizaru, like could they like keep up with him? You know what I'm saying? Because it's able to interact with light. So I do want to see that. I would like to see that.